to look at love. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. They said no boundaries, no boundaries, no boundaries, no boundaries, no boundaries. Thank you. Love, the love for children, the love for your partners, love. There is no boundaries. There is no boundaries here. You're always accepted through love. You're always welcome to join us through love. Of course, when you pass, we're always with you by your side, and you are understanding that you do receive love. You become aware of it when we are by your side and when we step in to intervene in how we can help you on your journey. Some of you are resistant to love. Some of you hold yourself, do not allow yourself to be vulnerable, or you've had upset, shall we say, in the past. So you then block yourself off to receiving. To receive love, you have to allow yourself to be loved, and you have to allow yourself to love others. But of course, on your planet, many of you have held back from love or loving, where you feel that you have been let down. There are many energies that your planet has. There's many emotions that your planet is going through so much at this particular time. So much. So many of you that we can feel. This can be those turbulent times for you, those waves of emotion on your planet right now. We are aware. We are aware of your planet, and we are aware of the many mixed emotions on your planet at this particular time. And we step forward to assist you, to offer some guidance. There are many of us here who are assisting your planet at this time and are trying to help many of you who do reach out. Many of you are reaching out and having more of a greater understanding of how to connect. We're receiving much more energy than we've ever done before. It is so much more harder for you to receive information if you are in your heads. You have to be aware that your soul is here at any given time to learn and to progress and to keep moving forward. Many of you forget that's why you are here. And many of you who we receive when you are here almost wake up to the fact that yes, you have spent however many years on your planet and have almost forgotten that is why you came to planet Earth in the first place. You have become entangled within the energies of on your planet. The sole purpose of you coming to planet Earth is so that you can fit into the energies and the senses of yourself and to work through the continuous programming that you've had. There is a pattern that your soul has occurred over many centuries. Each of your souls have memories, cell memories of emotions that you have been on other planets and on your Earth planet many times and on other planets too. There is a resonance of your energy on the planet, wherever planet you have been on to, of the emotions that you have incurred while you have been on that particular planet any particular time. You continue to repeat your patterns. Many of your energies, we are scanning those who are with us within this audience, but this also goes out to people who will be watching this later on, as we are aware that who will be watching this. But when we scan your energies, many of you are beginning to become aware of your energy, of who you are now, and are fascinated. You are fascinated with your soul and earth journey of the human that you are. As we have said this many times before, your soul holds a fingerprint within the universal fields around you. You leave an energy trail from lifetime to lifetime. This is just an observation. Each time that you come here, you may play a different role, but it is your opportunity to learn and to grow and to keep moving forward if that is what you do wish so. But many of you get stuck in your own heads. We are aware that you do encounter crises and traumas, and we are aware that each of your souls, when we are busy looking for your souls, we are aware that you hold the information within the layers of yourself. But we are here and we are trying to assist, we are trying to give you some guidance. We answer those questions that those do need to be answered and help you on your journey. But many of you become stuck. And that is why we are here to be of service. We have been here many centuries. At the early stages of your planet, we were here. We are like the guardians of your planet. We always step forward to offer some assistance. There are many cycles to your lifestyles and to your lifespan. The human gets caught up in your everyday life, becomes quite blocked. Some of you cannot see obviously where you are heading. We are fully aware of where you are heading, but also aware of what you do to yourselves too. There are many of you that just firefight, that you do not take your time, you do not step into a situation slowly, but you are constantly firefighting. In the world that you live in, there is many of you that are firefighting those situations that happen within your life. Many of you get caught up in your heads. Many of you have abandoned your natural ability of the intuition within your own soul self. Your intuition is to guide you. It is one of your senses to help you. It's innate. Many of your animals still hold on to this information, but you do not find the animals that are watching their phones constantly or computers or caught up in your electronics. There is so much for you to learn from the animals that step forward to assist you on your planet. Many of you are just fighting to help yourselves to get through the daily life and the daily grind, as some of you say. We have been observant, have been watching many of you. Even many of your hospitals who help those individuals to assist them once they feel they have been broken. Instead of prevention, the human just continues to destroy itself on a physical form and the emotional. We watch as we are aware that many of you are aware of the junk food that you are eating, but not aware of the junk information that you allow to consume you. Many of you are taking in the junk information, the toxic information. This is just as unhelpful and unhealthy as it is your foods that you process within your body. We are inquisitive to what you have done on your planet to think that you have helped yourselves instead of working with the cycles. Instead, you bombard your world with chemicals. Your bodies were not constructed to deal with the amount of chemicals that you have. It changes. You have come far, many of you, we understand, but you do not appreciate death and the cycle of death and how and why death needs to occur also. You cannot continue to live on your planet for hundreds and hundreds of years, as too many of you on your planet do not understand. Your planet is almost running out of space, to be honest with you. Many of you need more space than you can imagine. The energy around each of you, the feeling, the way you live, your environments is becoming quite toxic to many of you. Many of you need space. But instead, you still continue to live in that space, which we find interesting. It's like the weeds, that weeds tend to grow out the cracks in your pavements and at the side of the buildings, when if they could just reach the destination of a field or an open space, there would be so much more space. Your souls are very much like the soldier who loses the arm in the war and then still feels the itching fingers at the ends. This is very much like your souls. Every time you leave a lifetime, you are carrying the information from one lifetime to another lifetime. And sometimes the feelings and emotions of certain areas or spaces, locations, or how you feel about certain things in life, you carry that from the previous lifetime. So when you become aware of this, that there is something that's repeating, it's a repeating pattern within your morphic fields or resonance, yes, you become aware of then how you can make the change. Why would you want to keep continuing, repeating the same pattern over and over again? So we are here and we try to assist your planet. We are here trying to give you signs and messages for you to move on. We hear many of you who reach out to us for guidance. We hear many of you on your planet. Some of you feel that you have no power over your own life and that everything is occurring to you. This is not so. It means in this lifetime, you have the ability and the opportunity to move forward, to make those changes. It's more to be aware of your emotional self, your emotional hygiene of who you are and how you feel about yourself. You are creating the energy around yourself. And you can change this. Some of you are creating change. We can feel this. Okay, there's something I wanted to share with you because I did some automatic writing when I was sitting with them a little bit earlier, and I will go to questions in a moment. But one of the things they said, and I have it written down here, is they want you to look at this. One of the things they said is, what is it I seek to learn as a soul while I'm here now on the planet? So it's something to look at. What is it I seek to learn as a soul while I'm here now on the planet? These are one of those questions they're sort of saying sit with. So when you go into meditation, it's something that you will hear some information, it will step forward. Okay. The other question they sort of said is, what is it I seek to learn as a soul here and now? They just said that. I don't know why they're repeating it, but they are. Okay, I'll just go with it. Okay, thank you. And then they said, what guidance is it my soul needs to receive right now? What guidance is it my soul needs to receive right now? Okay. I have quite a few standing here, so there's a number of them stepping forward. The other thing that one of them keeps saying, and I was like, well, do I need to know? Like, yes, okay. So one of them also said, what is it my soul is meant to learn while I'm here now? And another one, thank you, another guide sort of stepped in. There's quite a few standing here. They want to be of service. One said, am I on course to learn what it is I need to hear, feel, and see on the planet right now? I love this. So they're trying to assist where they are. They're trying to offer that guidance. Okay, thank you. What they have been saying to me is there's been a lot of individuals. So where I am now, thank you, where I am now and the information I'm receiving is very much where I've been there before. So Hall of Souls, thank you. Hall of Souls, it's like a library. I'm standing here and I can feel them here. Thank you. So they're like, thank you. Yes, I'm going to say. So they're like soul keepers. So they come from different time spans. They're soul keepers. Thank you. I hear. Okay, thank you. And they have traveled on, thank you, through time and space from with many of you, they just said. So they're here to be of service. Thank you. They are saying about there's, thank you, dimensional shifting. A lot of the souls are doing dimensional shifting, shape shifting, they just said. So when they're saying about dimensions, it's just meaning time and space where you might feel that you are, wherever you are. So, okay, thank you. They said explain. Okay, so one of them just stepped forward and sort of said, okay, thank you. Even if you think of your past or you go into your past or you look at who you once were and you feel into, they said, okay, it's, okay, thank you. They said your mind, it holds on to the information. It stores the information. It's like your projector, but your body feels it. So they said they want you to be more in the emotions of the feeling of the soul rather than thinking of the information. Thinking this is the pictorial. So you're thinking, taking in the visions with your eyes and hearing and using other senses, but your brain filters some of the information through. Thank you. They said sometimes that I'm thinking the way your brain is thinking or seeing an episode or experiencing the episode, it can be filtering the information. And they said sometimes it's not the true reality. Thank you. It said always go with the emotions of how you feel. Okay, thank you. They are, thank you. They're saying the brain has been, the muscle, the brain, almost in the sense of it has been more overworked than the heart, the soul. And so they're sort of thinking, so they're saying to me that, okay, thank you. Always go into the heart center, into the soul center, and feel into the emotions of how you're feeling. Okay. It's more about going in with that. Thank you. They just said to me, okay, thank you. Yeah, I didn't think of that. So I was in the Akashic Records myself a few times and I've been sent back a couple of times. And they just said they take the information from your heart center, not from your brain. It's from your heart center, it's from your soul. So when you cross over, when you are there, you're going for a soul audit, they're receiving information from your heart and your soul. So whatever information you have stored here, thank you, they said it can create fiction and not always reality. It can be an illusion of what you think that you've had in your life. Okay, thank you. They just said, one of them just said to me, okay, thank you. Okay, this is like new information. I'm like, okay, fine. So one of them started saying to me that we see what your brain has seen, but when we look at how the heart has felt into it and your senses, sometimes it's not the same. So they are looking at, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. That's interesting. They're showing me, how can I explain that? Okay, okay, it looks quite, yeah, okay, fine. It's almost like what they're showing me. Oh, okay, got it. We know we have snails when they mate together. I can't think of the word. When they mate together, and it doesn't matter what sex they are, but they mate together and they can be either gender, whatever, and then they create whatever. It's almost like the tubes that snails have. They're sort of showing me that it's almost like, sounds really science fiction, sort of almost attaches itself. So one on the head, one on the heart, and the information is absorbed and transferred through. Okay, thank you. It's sort of, they're getting a download of who you once were in your lifetime, and they're working with the soul to have a little look at that. Okay, thank you. They said there've been many of you that when you have passed over, it's like it's almost, okay, thank you. There has been some that have passed over with shock, like, oh, who am I? Where is this? I don't understand. And looking at their body and trying to understand more information. But they said they receive the information and I think it's almost like a guy, it's like a car wash. Oh, sorry. It's almost like they go through the soul as in releasing everything that you store from one lifetime to another lifetime, and then they sort of assist you. This is what I'm being told or shown. I'm trying to make sense of it. Sort of assist you to have a great understanding. Thank you, I got it. To have a great understanding of that lifetime that you lived. What is it that you learnt from that lifetime? Thinking, okay, they're taking me back to some reference point where when I passed over, and they show me with books. That's how I remembered it before. It feels like books, but these aren't sort of page books in a sense of like paper, but they're showing me the images again. So it's like they go through your soul, thank you, and looking at all the lifetimes that you've lived, and they get you to where you are, and like, okay, what is it your soul needs to remember? So when you come forward in your next lifetime, what is it your soul needs to learn or know, so that the next lifetime that you don't, okay, thank you, I was going to say that you don't make the same mistake, but what they are just saying is that you handle it from a different angle. Let's have a little look. So thank you for just showing me this. Again, I think I said this before, like the diamond, you are the diamond, they said, and you shine in each lifetime. But a bit like with the coal, you have to cause such great compression to see the diamond. Okay, thank you. And there's many sides to the diamond. So there's in each lifetime, there'll be many sides to you as the soul stepping forward to learn something of yourself. And you play the role very different in each lifetime. Okay, thank you. And they sort of just said to me that, so, I think we've said this before, but okay, so whatever role that you play in one lifetime, and you have other individuals around you that interact with you, the role changes each lifetime to help you to get a bigger picture. They said to create a bigger picture, but it's always about not what you see yourself, it's about how you feel. There's more, have to look at more about the emotional side of yourself, not so much about the physical and what you look at. Okay, thank you. Okay, right. Okay, they're also sort of saying to me, okay, thank you, very much about how we show up in the world at this particular time, who we are, how we think of ourselves, the emotions of our soul journey, the emotions of how we see ourselves now is sending out, as I said this before, they said, is sending out the energy around us. Okay, so it's create, okay, thank you. They gave me like a cookie cut, like you create the energy around you, thank you, cookie cutter. Okay, you cutting out the energy in round of you, in front of you, so that you step into it. But wherever you are here now, how you see yourself or feel about yourself, you're like the cookie cutter, you're cutting out the energy in front of you, so you step into it. But depending on how you're feeling about yourself emotionally, how you feel about yourself depends on the shape of the cookie cutter that you step into, sort of the mark, the imagery that you step into. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. They said that's really important, because it has to be how you feel about yourself is going to create the energy as you move forward. Okay, thank you. Okay, they sort of, what they're saying is that some of them, thank you, some of them are how they see or think of themselves, want to create more great changes as they move forward. But if they keep seeing themselves in a certain way, they're always going to create the same. So it's going to be the same cookie cutter in front of them they step into. So it has to be about the change of the energy of how you feel about yourself. That has to change first. Thank you. It's almost like, thank you, they just, one of them sort of show me like blowing out a bubble. When you blow out the bubble, thank you. It's like that goes in front of you when you sort of step into it. Okay, thank you. Morphic resonance fields. Morphic resonance field. Okay, something about morphic resonance field. Okay, thank you. Okay, you have to be aware of who you are, where you are, aware of your energy to create that change. Okay, thank you. Very important. Okay, thank you. And what they're showing me is almost like navigating, like the captain of your own ship, they just said. It is like that navigating, that steering that wheel, navigating as you move forward. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's have a little look. Is there anything else? Okay, thank you. And they said through the, okay, thank you. Through the meditation, they said meditation, they just say meditation, 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 but through the meditation is a period or time when you sit still. It is a time of, it takes, thank you, we said this before, the needle of the record, so that then you get time just to be in the present self. You have to be in the present self. Every so often you have to spend time in the present self. How else are you going to make changes if you keep moving and keep processing? Okay, thank you. It's about taking the needle off the record, they said. Okay, let me have a little look. Okay, these guides, I nearly called them guys. They're laughing, they're fine with that. These guides, they said they have been with many of you before and have walked with the planet before, have walked through the planet before, have taken the planet on its journey before. Okay, thank you. Have been assigned to the planet, they said. They have been assigned to your planet. Okay, thank you. They're okay, thank you. Also, they're saying that they are here also to hold the hands as such, or soul hands. They are joking. They find it quite funny actually. Of the star seeds, those who have come to the planet, they will say the star seeds, those individuals of the stardust that was created further afield, not on planet Earth as such. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. And they're talking about many of the individual souls who have come here. You are made up of many stardust. Okay, and some of you are finding it trickier at this moment in time on planet Earth because of the frequency of energy on the Earth is not conducive to you, doesn't feel right, doesn't okay, thank you. You don't vibrate on the same frequency, feels very different. Some of you feel quite lost on your journey, almost thank you. Many of you would have felt misplaced at this particular time, misplaced. Okay, thank you. And trying to understand why it is that you are here. Thank you. They just said many of you have come here for those missions. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. To create the change on the planet, to help to create change on the planet. It was helped also to help the frequency on the planet. Okay, thank you. Okay, you were appointed, they said you were appointed by thank you, the many councils on your planets, individual planets you have come from and forward from. Yeah, you have been asked to step forward to assist, and those who are here of service. Okay, thank you. Some of you are finding it confusing on the planet right now. Some of you finding it very hard to be on the planet. There is such grief on the planet. There is such okay, such greed as well. They're saying such greed. There is grief, there is greed. It almost feels as if there's not a place for you on the planet. There are many of us within Night Council that asked for this to be appointed, that we insisted there needed some help upon the planet Earth. It was not taken lightly, and over many years, many centuries, there have been many starseeds that have stepped forward. And there are many more to come. There are many more individual children that are being born upon your planet that are of the same quality as you are. It has been a difficult decision to take, as we are aware that many of you are in distress while you're on planet Earth at this particular time. Many of you find it difficult to fit in with the energy of the Earth and the frequency and the humans. Humans can be quite brutal in the way they address each other. But there is change on the planet. There needs to be much more change. So that hence why there needs to be more star seeds. Star seeds, those individuals that vibrate on a different frequency. They work more from the heart and are very emotional beings, more aware of the energy of their heart. It'll be those empaths that step forward. Those are the lights that step forward on your planet within the darkness. They are meant to be sent forth onto your planet. There has been great change, and we have watched your planet for many centuries as it has turned, and many people have died through drama and trauma and murder. There needs to be more of a balance now on your planet. But many of you who are the star seeds will feel out of place, a little bit lost. Some of you may feel that you're here for a purpose or a reason or a mission and haven't quite found that as yet. But you are here for a greater purpose. You are here to touch the lives of many others. Planet's frequency is changing and shifting. It will change, continuously keep changing. When you reach 2025, you will be aware that there has been more of a shift. Yes, we are aware 2024 is next year for many of you. And yes, you still have some time to go when things can be a little bit more trickier. But there is more coming to the light, to the surface. There is more of you being aware there is great change on your planet. It is the continuation of those finding themselves and reaching out and asking for information and assistance. There are many of you now that are seeking assistance who are asking for messages as we are receiving them. The frequency is changing, but can feel quite tiring at times for many of you. We understand because the shifts that is occurring. Okay.